know what to say with the routes. Yeah, can I leave now? Because that would be where I would rather be. For those of you that work summer school, you know exactly what we've been going through. I'm going to start with this. Every department in the entire district needs at least one more month to be ready for that first day of school. I wouldn't complain at all for one more month. We don't have it, so we're going to do the very best we can. Remember at the beginning I said we're going to... Did somebody ever hit record? Thank you, Matthew. Hello at home. Sorry about that now that we're on our last slide. I don't even know what I was saying. Office staff has worked a bazillion hours. If you figure, I've put in almost 30 hours in the last 2 days alone. I went home at 11-ish last night, come in at 3 this morning. And that has been pretty much routine for the whole summer, and we've all been doing it, trying to get these routes ready. The problem, I'm not even going to go there. So what happens, and Ross, you said last year, tell us a little bit about what you do so it gives us insight of what you're doing. So let me give you a little bit of insight of what we've been putting up with all summer long. Chris, besides Chris, he's been gone for 2 weeks. It's been wonderful. So I'm going to give you some of these dominoes, and I want you to build a house. I don't care what it looks like. Just build an adorable little house. We'll give you a couple minutes to build it.
Did you find this on YouTube?
No, I made this up at 2 o'clock this morning when I was getting dressed. You're lucky it's not cards. So, these are our routes. We had these pieces. We've had them since school was out. They said, here's what you get to build them with. But then they said, oh, no, wait. These will go over there. And then we need these over here. Okay, start over. This was tier 1. This was tier 1 for summer school. So we started over. Yep, look just like that. Little frustrating, little aggravating. A couple days before school starts, and we're out there redoing routes again. And they said, oh, wait. For tier 2, for the second round, we need you to add those. We need you to add those in there too. So don't forget those. So then they throw us a whole new ball game. So we have to start over from the ground up, building all of these routes all over again. In the meantime, we're trying to get this new program up and running off of the ground, our new routing software. Data is not getting into our software the way it's supposed to. That's just a wall, that does not count. Every single day, Kim and Jessica and Deronda and me and Matthew and Chris and I forgot somebody. Who did I forget? Yeah. Deb? Whoever. All of us in the office, every single day we get the same 800 or 900 kids coming through saying they've changed all of their stuff and we need to update them again. We had them routed yesterday. Now they're unrouted. We've got to reroute them back onto routes. But something has changed and we have to, oh, how did I let you do that? I'm so sorry. We have to go in and find that little thing that changed overnight and get it fixed, and then, so you kind of see our dilemma. So yesterday, oh dear God in heaven, yesterday, we found out Mays Intermediate is not releasing at 7 like I was told they were going to. They're doing 7:10. So that means you're running 10 minutes later on your tier 1s, which how many of you run a back-to-back tier 1 straight into tier 2? No breaks. Exactly. 10 minutes is going to affect your route? You're dang right it is. They don't get that at the school level. We get that. So then they've done that, and everything that we have worked on for the last 2 months is shot. They've changed everything. We are having to go back to Versatrans, pull all the routes out of Versatrans, put them into the new program, stop by stop by stop. Every single route. Some of you guys have got 30, 40 stops per tier for 1 a.m. or p.m. So take 40 stops times 4 trips, 160. I'm not that tired. 160 stops I have to go in and program. It takes me almost an hour to do every single route. We've been doing that for 2 days. The trip books you see in front of you are the only routes I have completely finished. And I can guarantee you, these are not 100% finished. They are as finished as I can get them today, because they did that to us yesterday. And that's where we're at. I honestly, for the first time in my entire life, I've been doing this for almost 2 decades, have no idea how we're going to start school. And I hate to say that out loud. But I need you guys to realize we really are going to depend on you guys to help us out. I have no clue how we're going to get these kids picked up at this point. We are going to bust our tails. I'm going to put in 20 hours a day. We're going to try our best. We cannot get these kids not to get on buses. I'm sorry. I hate it that they do this to us. We have got to get these kids on buses. They are our top priority, and we need to go to school safely. So we need your help. I'm so sorry. I'm only on 3 hours of sleep. Your route. They are amazing. You guys have no idea how lucky we are to have them. Scott, where you at, Scott? Missed supper last night. He was here until 9 o'clock with me last night. Bless his heart. Tony, he's been staying. I'm sure your wife's got to think something wonky is going on. He's staying with me late at night trying to help me figure out routes. I know there's been other people doing it as well. We are really, really trying. Every time we turn around, you don't have to pick those up. Every time we turn around, something is changing, and I don't know how to fix it. So until, what? Who said that? What did you say? Okay. Until they get this database figured out, I truly don't know how we're going to fix this.
So if we have our list of kids like I did last year, because they messed it up, it was so bad last year, and I just rerouted the whole thing to work out in a timely fashion, can I just do exactly what I did last year?
That's probably what we're going to end up having to do it. Is your routes from last year, 90% of it should stay the same. The biggest difference is if you have a very full tier 1, your middle, high school, and now our intermediate schools, if your tier 1 was very full, you're probably overloaded now because we got 5th graders on those buses.
That'd be me.
Yeah, several of you have got like 120 kids on your routes. Those that we got done, they got 120 kids. That's 2 buses. Now I gotta figure out how to get another bus in there to pick those kids up on a program that's not working. So we are working on that. If you know for a fact your bus is going to be overloaded, we'll need to visit, and so I can sit down with you and we can figure out how to split that route up. Because Ian, you know that route better than I do. Okay. We are just shy of having to go out to that calendar, to the map on the wall out there, and put dots on the maps and say, okay, these are your kids, these are your kids, those are your. I did that at my old district. I don't want to do it with 7,000 kids. I only had 700 there. I don't want to do that. But we may. I'm not sure where we're going to go from here. So I want you guys to be. I want to be fully upfront and honest with you guys. That's where we're at. So we do have some routes. What we think should be done. My suggestion to you, pull your maps from last year. Get new maps pull the same maps you had last year, hold on to them. We are going to try like heck to have everything done by Friday, as much as we possibly can. But I need you guys to know that unless you're in there talking to us about routes and how to change something and get it fixed, and I love you guys all to death, I hope you really know that, but you cannot be in our offices just pestering us. Not pestering us. We have no time for idle chit-chat. Truly do not. We have got to get these routes hammered out. So unless you're in there to help us with something on the routes, I hate to say it, but please just stay out of the offices. Because when we get interrupted and we have to go to different screens, I lose everything I've already done and I have to start all over again. Yes?
So we need to let the new drivers that are coming in, please don't be scared.
No. We'll take care of it.
We work as a team, and everybody that's been here forever, you can approach them and ask them for help. It doesn't matter who it is. Most everybody, we help each other, and we do get through the first week. You guys are just going to have to take some deep breaths and just hang in there with us because it does get better.
Oh, absolutely.
And if kids are late to school, then they're just late to
They
school.
get there. That's what counts. They get there and they get home. Maybe 9 o'clock at night, but it'll get done.
Yes.
Are you going to relax the seating charts for a while?
Sorry?
Are you going to relax seating charts for a while?
No,
Till
we
we get-
cannot. We've already, how many positive cases did we have over the summer?
The whole class.
3? Just over the summer, we had 3 cases come through on buses we had to lock or get seating charts from. And when they call for a seating chart, we have to provide it and it has to be able to go to the CDC. So no, we can't. So we still have to have seating charts on the bus. Yes?
When we're making stops and everything, can we not do sweetheart stops?
Yes.
Because some drivers are making sweetheart stops, and then if you're doing the other best route through the whole addition, you're stopping at the intersection or the light pole where you're supposed to, and they're making sweetheart stops. It makes it more difficult on the other bus drivers. Well, they're stopping at my house.
Yeah.
You're stopping at the intersection.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you guys are fine. So she's asking about sweetheart stops. So your route, when it's done, should tell you exactly where to stop. The 3 places we're allowed to stop on a bus route, unless you're sped ignores this, on a big bus, corners, mailboxes, and light posts. So if your route brings you into the middle of a neighborhood and somehow I routed you in the middle of houses and there's not a mailbox or something, you'll all get a chance to go, go out and run your routes prior to, even if it's last year's routes. But please don't make those sweetheart stops, because if I have to go out and run your route, I don't know you're doing a sweetheart stop. I'm going to pull to the corner or to the mailbox or to the light post like I'm supposed to, and then we're getting off his calls because, oh, you missed a kid. No, I didn't. I was at the stop like I was supposed to be. Well, they always stopped at our house. That is so annoying. Please don't do that. I know we want to be nice to the kids. Find the closest mailbox or light post then, okay? Yes?
Back to CD trucks, last I read on the driver handbook said no assigned seats for tier 1.
Normally we don't have to. Tier 1.
CDC guidelines overruling that.
Yeah.
The book was written with them not realizing that,
Yeah.
yeah, the guidelines. Once those get relaxed, then we'll go back to, you know, tier 1 being split.
That's what I've looked like for the last month. That's me, in case you don't recognize. So we've had a very emotional couple months, and I didn't mean to break down, and I don't mean to scare you, especially new drivers.
Those are your emotions?
Yes.
She won't say it on book. We got a brand new database manager. Our entire ESC, like the database, and it's almost all new. So when Becky Hodges left, we knew the transport and reverse trans, Skyward, all that, she knew it in and out. The new lady's really good, she just doesn't know the system like she did. So with us bringing in a new program, a new person, they're not going to flip. The routes are like halfway done. Everybody's got an AM done, tier 1, tier 2. It's getting those cloned over from all these fold. They're there, they're not that far out. We'll get it done. There's a lot of stuff, like I said, with Kathy, with the changes. Every week we've had, oh, we can't do this. About this. No, we can't do that. So we've got to go and change things.
I'm feeling a need for my personal days.
Me too.
So with the new schools being added, is that gonna add new tiers?
No.
There's three schools on tier 1 for everybody. We're like, Craig Woodman, they had 3 schools and we're right next to each other. So minus May South Elementary, May Central, that tier 2 run, everybody else has 3 schools.
So there's not gonna be a tier then?
No, it's still 2 tiers.
Still just the 2 tiers.
We
And
look
your
at
5th
doing-
graders
we look
go
at
into our
doing
tier 1.
multi-tier.
Yeah.
There's a place out in California we read about, does 7 tiers, and like, I wouldn't even try to figure that out.
You're just coming and going all day.
Yes. Do you have a question?
Do we have all our routes covered?
Good question. I think we have all of our CDL routes covered. We've got so many new faces. And again, the new drivers, I am so sorry, I do not usually do that, and I'm really angry with myself for even doing that in front of you guys. We'll get you covered, I promise. Please don't let me scare you. Or our minibus drivers, or our nobody. We're going to get this all covered. We're going to do this together. We're going to get it done.
Number-wise, we're okay.
Yeah.
Like you see the list up I made where you don't have a para. We have paras. We just got to figure out who you're going to be paired with.
Yeah.
We did as much as we could, but we have enough drivers. We get these last couple through CDL and actually have some sub-drivers. You guys did a really good job of recruitment, job fairs. You guys, we have quite a few referrals. So great job on you guys for getting those in. But
Kudos.
that's the one part we did really good on. So there, you guys are there. You got pairs, or you got a mini bus, something blank. Somebody's there. We just have something needed.
And then as far as the CDL routes go, so far, right now, we have a driver for every route, plus all of our subs are not assigned to a dedicated route as of yet. So that's the first time since I've been here we've ever been in that boat.
Because it was a little chaotic last
Yeah,
year
it
and
was.
splitting routes and getting something thrown at you.
Yeah.
last
So this
minute.
year,
Shouldn't have to have
numbers for employees are good. The routing one.
Yeah.
It's opposite. Oh my goodness.
Okay, any questions?
Is there anything we can do to help you?
Honestly, just stay out of the offices. Truly, that's that, and I do not want to be rude at all, because we love visiting with you guys, but that is the biggest distraction, and it makes it super hard to, because once we get into there and we're counting dots to get around, if I'm at 21 and somebody comes in and starts talking to me, I'm going, ah, crap, back it all the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4. It truly is the biggest distraction, so we just need some quiet time to be
So
able
are
to
you
work
just
on
gonna
them.
call us individually and say, your maps are done?
When yours are
Go
done.
ahead.
Yes. We will, that's exactly what we'll do. And those of you that have them done, you can take what we have. Just keep in mind, remember those buses that have 100 and some odd kids? We may have to dump some of those off on these that are already done. Yes.
Since I had a very full bus last year, I had a very difficult time getting seating charts done. If I'm going to have even more, which presumably I will with fifth graders, how do you want me to do seating charts? Because I already at that point was like, had some people who just didn't have a seat because they only rode like Tuesdays and Thursdays for half the year, and I'm like, I don't know, figure it out. I don't know where to put you. I don't know. See where there's not a spot.
Right.
I have a question. I sometimes leave my first 2 seats open,
Yeah, I have
just
I
for
have my
those,
own kids.
just for that reason.
I have my own kids taking up one of those seats, but I don't have any open seats.
Well, I
because
put them
had,
all
I
3
think,
to a
like
seat and leave
85.
that seat open.
I think I had like 85 kids assigned to my bus.
Okay. No bus is gonna be that heavy again this year. I do not want a bus over 75. That's my ultimate goal. Nobody's over 75. Tier 1, I'd like to see down closer to the 60 mark. Because you're not gonna put 3 of me in a seat. There's high schoolers out there that. So I wanna try and keep that lower. But again, we're fighting the clock at this point.
Okay.
Do your best, you got issues like that, come see me and we'll figure out, because if you got, I know there's ones that'll run just Tuesday, Thursday in the afternoon. If we got at least, okay, we put them in a block, and there might be a seat in front, a seat behind, that we can justify with the seat.
That's what I said, just find a seat around where you usually would sit. I don't know the report.
Try to keep those ones like that, try to let track us, so if we go, okay, we had, pull your seating chart for Monday. Oh, man. Tuesday, he was in this row or this row.
We don't know new students and new starts.
You will. You will. When we get everything done, you'll have all your new students and your new stops. You'll have those in your new routing. But for now, we're just saying, I would take your maps that you had last year, the whole new maps, match them to what you had last year, because 9 out of 10 of you will stay in that same neighborhood. So if you had a really super light tier 1, or some of you don't even have a tier 1 now because you had legacy kids only, and those kids are graduated off of your route, so you may not have any, those are the ones that will have to move in and pick up some of the heavier loads. So some routes will change, but I would just go in and pull maps from whatever you had last year.
We're gonna be able to download maps, because I was able to print mine online.
Should be able to, yes, I think we still have them all online. Uh-huh. Who else had a question? Yes, sir.
We're not gonna know who the students are today, tomorrow.
Not unless your is up here, yeah. But you should still have, I know you're still in that same neighborhood, so you can pull your maps and have them, but if you want to wait until later, you're welcome to. You don't have to do that today. And I can't tell you guys how sorry I am that we don't have routes today, because that, you know, that's our ultimate goal, is to hand out routes today. It just wasn't in the cards. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
They're not even done assigning kids to buildings. Like Aiden, I re-enrolled him in Mays this year, and he's still not assigned to a building.
And so that'll be another student they'll throw on a bus once they figure out where he goes. That's what we're fighting. Yes.
So Kathy, as soon as the routes are done, all parents are notified like they usually are.
You two will be together. Whoever your para was last year on those sped routes, whoever you had as a para, you should get them back.
I don't think you heard me right.
Sorry?
I said, so as soon as the routes are done, the parents will be notified like the time.
Parents.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you said paras. You guys be together. Be okay. I thought you said paras. Yes. The new program offers
I was like, what?
a push. So when we get your route built and we know where it's done, we can send out a mass email to everybody on your route and say, this is your driver, this is your time your bus will be there, this is where you're going to be picked up at, dropped off at. It gives them all the information that Skyward used to give them. So, good question. Not yet. Remember, we didn't pay for that. So, any other questions regarding the routes? I promise you, these all got done since 3 o'clock this morning. All of these got done. We have been hammering away in the office. So we're making progress.
Every time.
We are not taking any more changes. Yes.
Kathy, I'm not, if everybody knew, but for myself, you sent some stuff to me emailed. I don't have a district email address.
You'll be,
We'll get you set up.
you'll be after this meeting.
And then yes.
Are you gonna use that transport again?
Yes, transporting will be running again this year.
Kids will have the cards or do you have some?
You'll get your cards by the first day of school. They'll be in your box.
So it'd be like last year where we.
Right. The only difference is with us fighting this, we do not have time to stuff those. So we'll give you the cards. We'll give you the lanyards. You can have the kids stuff their own lanyards. You can stuff their lanyards. We don't care. We just don't have time to do it. So you guys are going to have to take that on yourselves and stuff your own lanyards, okay?
I didn't hear the question. I didn't solve.
The kids have ID badges that swipes on and off the buses that tells our program whether or not they're on the bus. And you'll get those by the first day. They'll be in your boxes. They don't have to be handed out to your kids the first day. So if you don't get them until next Tuesday, you've got however long you need to take care of that, okay?
Lanyard question, on the badges, they was gonna combine them into one last year, we talked about it, they didn't do it?
They
Oh,
did
man.
not do
They will
it.
not.
It's another suggestion we made and we got denied.
Well, that's gonna be a nightmare then.
Anything else? We're almost done. Last slide. Okay. So, awards and recognitions. Remember last year, at the end of the year, we talked about if anybody would go to regional competition and compete in the bus rodeo, and they would win or whatever, they get trophies and all that stuff, but then they also get to do a pie in the face to one of us in management. Where's Rhonda?
She went to hide.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She didn't take third at state. I don't think she went to state. I think she had such a great time at regionals. Joy, where are you at? I know she's here. Joy? She had such a great time at regionals. She doesn't know it yet, but she got a trophy for second place at regionals.
Yes.
So she didn't get to compete in state, so you're safe this year. We don't have to do it. Why do you assume it's pie? Because we know everybody would do that to you.
Good job.
So anyway, congratulations. A lot of fun. That's all I think I have. That's it. Anything else, guys? Gals? No? Nothing? Oh, sorry, Shannon.
Yeah, the 19 series, we're all down. What do we got?
Right now, this is my focus. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for you guys. I honestly don't know.
For what?
I haven't even thought about it.
Not
Yours,
yet. Not yet.
yours is still running.
Not yet.
So the 19 series, you heard earlier, he was talking about the DEF system. So if you're in a 19 dash something, we have 2 of them that are down. Three that are down. No pressure. So we just got to find them spares. So if you typically drive a 19, just watch your gauges. When they start going wonky, we'll let the mechanics know.
It's from the manufacturer, by the way.
Yeah, it's a default from the main.
Nothing you did, nothing we did, nothing we.
And it's warranty stuff, right? It's all warranty stuff. Yeah. All right, if you don't have anything else, you're free to go. You can get what you want up front. Again, I apologize, but if you can just leave us alone and let us get our stuff done, that would be great.
That all summer.
Can you give it to Deb? She'll get
Good, how are you?
You thought you were gonna get away with that series right here.
Hey, don't be touching my keys.
Yes, thanks. Right. So right now, I think the route is the next one on my list. Yeah, I will have, yeah, I will. We haven't decided one just yet. I don't think you're we have routes, so we're just not sure which way you're gonna try to. I'm pretty sure we've got many ways. Picking up some of the expositions so you'll have taking that probably for that. But it's, I think we're here. Yeah, I had a distance. That's kind of what we're looking at. Friday. The smaller routes are going to be Oh yeah, we're good. I feel bad for you guys knew you weren't. It's not our fault. I know it's their fault. I know. You guys are late. I'll be here with you. You know, I'll be Can you just stop by Staples and get They should be in the front end. I asked them if they brought those. So, yeah, they should be here. They're ready. Okay. That's how they're We're gonna have to go with that. That's why I say, I gotta get find my kids. These are our kids. You guys are the drivers. Here we go. So I think Braywood is 10. Sorry, is it still your number? Yes, right now we only have 7, 8 or whatever. It's counting about but I think we really have to work That's about all I know. Yes. You mark it in order that you want them in, because I can switch them around. So we had to have both of them. Yes. So if you're one in my
Well, that was,
all good. Told myself, I'm 2 weeks. I know. Chris, yesterday morning. Okay. Oh, I know, they've even called. Richard actually. Because he thinks go back. Oh, yeah. She's kind of
You gave up Kim, but back to
she can watch Jim free.
There you go.
You might need that.
Yeah, I might need that. I gave him up for the summer so she could get.
I only found, she told us she'd go back.
She's still gonna be taking off.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Out there doing. I don't need to take. I guess it's been so and there's
And I told her that they're only 5. Right, I just want to say I didn't even understand that.
I know,
Yeah, you always do that. Same way. That's what I just to tell me. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, because I'm still on Yeah, and this is actually Route 829, so we need to pull Route 28 off of the, no? It'll just be Richard running off of that. The Route 28 in the travel tracker is per route. Richard is 18.9, so somebody printed 18.9 and put it in 28. Well, this is Richard, and I don't know where it is. Correct, and this is all gonna be Richard's stuff. We need to pull. You're gonna have to look at Travel Tracker and Versatrace to find out who's routing. I don't even know right Honestly, if you help the drivers with the maps, you gotta read maps and show them how to do that, that would probably be the biggest thing. Yep. This route already set. Do we have a number? Wait a minute, you're making more money. Look at that, is that nice? I know. Yeah, what's her name? You guys need anything else? Whatever you put down for you. I just get back.
Lauren, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you. And I'll hear from you.
Hot syndrome, right?
it's trying to.
I thought it was marijuana. No.
It goes on. Two separate schedules. I know I knew she wanted it. Back down, so I had to start out there. So I'm making a wedding. But then another pair of guys, she's supposed to be the only thing they don't get is hospital. They can do fine right all week. Here's a picture up in the afternoon. They brought her over to the bed. She put her on the bus when you put her in the bed.